Crime in the dark. In a poor neighborhood in Cairo, there was an old house that was considered abandoned. Everyone avoided it, as rumors of crimes taking place there spread, but no one knew the details. One night, the residents heard loud screams coming from that house, but they assumed it was just ordinary noise. The next morning, the body of Sara, a young girl living in the neighborhood, was found lying in the yard of the house. Her features were distorted and signs of trauma were evident. The news spread like wildfire, and anxiety began to seep into the hearts of the residents. The police took over the investigation, but they faced difficulty finding any evidence. Sara was known for her kindness and had no enemies. The neighbors gathered in concern, and rumors began to flow. Some believed the killer might be from outside the neighborhood, while others thought it could be one of the residents. Detective Adel began collecting evidence. He spoke to the neighbors and searched the abandoned house, but found nothing. However, he had a strong feeling that the perpetrator was close. There were signs that the killer had been watching Sara before attacking her. As days passed, things began to complicate. There was a young man named Rami, known for his bad reputation. He roamed the neighborhood, and it seemed he knew more than he revealed. Rumors started circulating about him, and the detective began to track his steps. One night, while Detective Adele was strolling through the neighborhood, he heard a sound coming from an alley. He approached cautiously and found Rami talking to someone else. He was discussing Sara, seemingly describing details about her life. The words flowed from his mouth, but Detective Adele wasn't sure if the young man was involved or not. After days of investigation, Adele found a new lead. He received a testimony from a neighbor who claimed to have seen Rami leaving the abandoned house on the night Sara was killed. Suspicions about him increased, but there was no conclusive evidence. Detective Adele decided to follow Rami. One night, he saw him enter the abandoned house. He called the police, and they raided the place. Inside, they found evidence that incriminated Rami, including blood-stained clothing and pictures of Sara. When Rami was arrested, Detective Adele confronted him. "Why did you do it?" he asked. But Rami was calm, as if it didn't matter to him. He replied, "She was just a girl, nothing more. I didn't want to kill her, but things got out of hand." During the trial, there was tension in the courtroom. He tried to defend himself, claiming he wasn't the real killer, but the evidence was clear. Witnesses, physical evidence, everything was against him. After a brief trial, he was sentenced to death. On the day set for the execution, people gathered outside the prison, eager to know the fate of the killer. Rami appeared calm as he was led to the gallows. There were no tears, no remorse. When asked if he had anything to say, he simply stated, "It was just a moment." Within moments, his life ended tragically. Silence spread among the attendees, but in their hearts, there was a sense of relief. Justice had been served, but Sara's memories would remain etched in their minds. After the execution, the neighborhood began to recover from the shock. But the story was not over yet. Some residents began to talk about how a mysterious shadow resembling Sara appeared at night, wandering through the neighborhood's alleys. The ghosts of the past still lingered, as if some crimes never truly die. Please subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, press the like button, share the story with your friends, and leave a comment.